Really quick, everybody, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see when I post new videos like these. Enjoy. All right, friends, welcome in. This is another yoga-inspired strength class. We do some traditional yoga moves, but we do them not so traditionally. For this class, it's not necessarily a traditional flow, but more about squeezing the muscles, right? Getting a lot of muscle contraction and burning calories by squeezing the muscles. So with those goals in mind, a lot of intentionality, as you know, is kind of one of the fundamentals of the class, right? Now, that being said, if you're just trying to get moving for the day, you don't need to squeeze like 9 or 10 intensity out of 10, right? You can just kind of move through the motions and move with it. This particular class today, I did a couple days ago, and it was a lot. It was a lot on the legs. So I'm going to say that this is a yoga-inspired strength class with emphasis on the legs. You're always welcome to take breaks and encouraged to take breaks whenever you need to. So please back out and set your own repetition number goals as we go. All right, roll the wrists. Let's get warmed up. Bend and extend the elbows. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Big shoulder rolls if you can. And switch directions, up, forward, and down. Turning the head left and right. And we do move our arms still, right? This class is not just legs, but I would say I felt my legs afterward when I did this a few days ago. All right, not trying to crack the neck, you might get little pops and creaks, but that's not the goal, right? If it hurts, back off. And that's with everything today. All right, nice wide feet. You want to sink down just a little bit. It's not a deep squat for calorie burn, right? This is just to unlock the knees, get flow in the back of the knees, and a little bit of springiness to the legs. Then we rotate at the spine, not at the knee. So we don't want to plant the foot and twist the knee. We just swing the arms around, borrowing from Qigong class. Or you can bring your palms together if you prefer and rotate. From the waist up, right? The shoulders kind of roll back, spinal rotation. Make sure we're breathing. And I'm going to pause over at one side, take a nice deep breath, and expand the lungs and the ribs. Exhale, deflate, head to the other side. Nice deep breath, expand the lungs and the ribs. Exhale and unwind. I'm going to bring our feet closer together here and do some circles with the hips. Hula hoop circles. Circles waking up these hip joints. And switch directions. Circles with the hips. All right, just marching the feet, and this is a low march, right? It's not a high abdominal squeeze type of move. This is for the hip flexors, muscles kind of at the top of the legs here, where the hips hinge, okay? So these bring the knees up, so that's what we want to wake up, is these muscles at the top of the leg, bottom of the torso. Just a gentle march. Warming them up, getting the feet moving. All right, you might jog and shake it out and move anything that hasn't been moved yet, right? Hold on to a wall, pick the foot up and roll the ankle maybe. Do whatever kind of finishing touches you would like to do for your warm-up. Let's get started on our 5-move arm series, and we will include some leg stuff in this, right? So we're getting started right off the bat with some leg stuff. Bend at the knees and hips just a little bit, like this. We're not rounding at the back, but just give yourself some cushion so that you're not standing suspended on connective tissue. You're standing with the strength of the legs, squeezing the glutes, strength of the legs, okay? Nice wide feet. Low mountain is our first arm posture. The base of the mountain is wider than the peak of the mountain, so the hands come low and wide. Palms are forward, thumbs are out to the sides. And here's one of our first postures. Okay. Staying low with the hips and knees just slightly bent. Not super low, but unlocked. T-shaped arms, you're going this way around the circle. I consider our 5 arm postures sort of a circle. Pulling the shoulder blades back and squeezing them downward, okay? We don't want to shrug the shoulders up toward the ears for this. That's going to make the traps, these muscles at the top of the shoulders, way tight and a little sore in a bad way, right? We want to bring them down, right? That'll feel better today, tomorrow. It'll be safer on your neck, okay? Then we'll come back down into low mountain. Palms are forward, shoulder blades pulling back, thumbs out to the sides. And I'm being pretty intentional here with pulling my shoulder blades back, right? I'm squeezing those muscles. If, like I said, you're just kind of warming up for the day and you're just getting set and moving a little bit, that's fine. You don't need to squeeze top intensity levels here. But if you want to strengthen the muscles, give it a good squeeze. All right, coming back up into T-shaped arms. The hands are no higher than the height of the shoulders. I don't know if it looks like it in the video, but sometimes I see in the video it looks like they're up here. We don't want them up high. We want them no higher than the height of the shoulders. In fact, lower is fine as well. If you get pinching up high, come down lower. All right, our next arm posture here, remember to keep the legs unlocked, sunken down a little bit at the knees and hips. Elbows bend, and we've got roughly a 90-degree angle here, right? And remember, I'm not too worried about perfect traditionality here, so I modify this move, and I've been calling it a couple different things. This is cactus, okay? Think of like the saguaro cactus. Traditionally, you might have feet closer together, but I want a nice wide base of support for myself here. Or a taco time cactus, if you know the restaurant. Anyway, the 3 posts of the cactus. Now, the modification that I do doesn't make it easier. I think it makes it more effective, in my opinion. I make fists and pull the elbows down like I'm doing some kind of bodybuilder pull down back flex. So I've been calling this the Cactus 2.0 as I bring my elbows down and make fists. Or I've been calling it the Cactus pull down. So you decide whatever you want to call it. And you can also decide just to stick with the traditional roughly 90-degree elbow. That's fine as well. T-shaped arms, low mountain, and swing the arms. Let them rest here. I know I called it more of a leg day and now my arms are getting tired. Roll the shoulders a few times. We'll get there. And switch directions. All right, we've got 3 arm postures now. Let's get into our 4th one. Here's low mountain, T-shaped arms, cactus. You decide if you're going to pull down and do 2.0, and then come on up for bamboo. Now, traditionally, bamboo also has narrow feet, like a stick of bamboo, right? But I have wide base of support again. My arms are forward, you might notice. That's my modification to make it safer on my shoulders. If you're bringing your arms up this high, that's fine. This high, that's fine. Don't worry too much about this strict textbook image of arms beside the ears, right? We don't want to hyperextend the spine to get up there, and we also don't want to jut the chin forward to get it between the biceps. So just come up to your happy shoulder capacity. It's not a range of motion test, basically. And that's posture number 4. Okay? Come back to cactus. Maybe a cactus pull down. T-shaped arms. Low mountain. Give it a rest. Shake out the arms. Shake out the legs. Roll the shoulders. Turn the head. Make sure everything's moving okay. And then we'll get to posture number 5. Here we are, low mountain. Unlock the knees. Sink down maybe just a little bit lower this time. We'll do all 5. T-shaped arms. Cactus. Bamboo arms, nice and high. Nice tight core here, protect the spine. And then number 5, palms together, elbows out to the side, right? And often it's called prayer palms in the West, but It's not traditionally called that. It's like left meets right. It's about the side of the body and the brain connecting. But for this class, right, we're squeezing the chest muscles. We're doing this for strength, calorie burn. So squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And let's come back up. Bamboo. Cactus. You can do a pull down if you want. T-shaped arms. Low mountain. All right, I'm going to come up out of that, and I'm going to add a couple of different leg movements with this cycle of arm moves that we're doing. So we've been sunken down a little bit. I'm going to add weight shifting left and right. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Low mountain, sink down at the knees and hips, just a little. And then I'm going to weight shift right, 2, so I'm going left and right 5 times. 3, 4, 5. Take your time if you want to catch up with that. And then I'm going to come out into T-shaped arms 5 times. 1, 2, 3, and I'm staying a little bit low here, right? 4, 5. Cactus, you can do a pull down if you like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bamboo, nice tight core, weight shifting left and right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Palms together, nice tight core. Even give it a good exhale to really squeeze the abdominals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On our way back, bamboo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit here. Cactus. You can do a pull down if you want. 1, 2, 3. Stay low. 5. T-shaped arms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we really got the legs starting to get involved here now. Same circuit, but I'm going to change the leg muscle contraction here that we do. So this next one is a pulsing squat. We bounce, okay? You decide on the depth of your squat. If you go super duper deep, just make sure you're not rounding the back. We want to sink down, nice wide feet still, and we're just bouncing, okay? Kind of bounce to your own rhythm. I would say moderately quick, right? So that your body, your legs are responding to your weight times gravity as it kind of falls and catches. Bounce, bounce, bounce. It's not a slow motion move. We'll get there. Now, if it bothers your knees and hips, don't do things that bother your knees and hips, right? So change it. Here we are. Low mountain. Sink down to the knees and hips, and I'm going to bounce. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're welcome to go lower if you'd like. T-shaped arms, bouncing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cactus, you can do a pull down if you like. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bamboo, arms up. Nice tight core. 5, 4. My legs are getting tired. 2, 1. Palms together. Give it a good exhale and squeeze the core. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going if you can, but don't push through pain, right? Fight through fatigue, but don't push through pain. What is this? Bamboo. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cactus. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're always welcome to cut out before me. That's fine. T-shaped arms. 5, 4, 3. Eyes forward. 1. And low mountain. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa, that was... So I feel the burn there for me. If you don't feel that, that's fine. You might go a little bit lower next time if your joints can tolerate it. If you are feeling it too much so, right, stop halfway through that whole cycle. You don't have to do the whole thing. Awesome job, shaking it out, shaking it out. Maybe kick the heels back a couple times. Stretch the quadriceps out to recover just a little bit. And again here. So this is the same arm sequence, but I'm going to go down and up slowly, steadily, like a normal squat. So it'll look like this. Here's my low mountain, sink down and stand. It's more of a full range of motion. Now, full range of motion for me looked like that. Full range of motion for you might be a quarter squat. That's okay, right? But it's down to a stand. And I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna do 3 repetitions on each. That'll be 15, 27, something like that, squats. Anyway, here we are, low mountain. I'm gonna turn to the side, because you guys get the arms now, right? I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see that my spine is fairly straight. It's not gonna be perfectly vertical, because I'll hinge at the hips during certain moves, but it will be pretty straight. So low mountain, squat down for 1, and stand. Down for 2, and stand. Hinging forward just a little bit for 3, and stand. T-shaped arm, squatting down, 1, and 2. You decide on the depth, and 3. Cactus, 1, and 2. My legs are getting shaky, and 3. Bamboo arms. Remember, you don't have to go straight up and down. Down, and 2, and 3. Palms together. Give it a nice tight squeeze in the abdominals. Sink down. This is considered prayer chair with wide feet. 2, and 3. Back the other way. Bamboo. 1, 2, 3. Again, you don't have to go super deep. Cactus, you can do a pull down if you like. 1, 2, 3. T-shaped arms. We're almost done with all this leg stuff for a minute here. Down, 2, 3. And low mountain, final series or final 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, give it a break. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Even get some water if you need to. All right, I always like to bring water to class just in case. You might notice I'm not always looking straight at you guys. That's because I want my nose pointed in the same direction as my sternum, right? It's not safe to look left and right, especially as we start to move these shoulders around and move your scapula. So we don't want to look left and right with our necks during that time. We want to keep it straight forward, whatever direction that is. If you hinge at the hips, then straight forward is slightly down at the ground, right? As you stand straight up, then it's straight forward. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, next up, this is a combination move. Think of it as components of a bird dog, okay? Components of a traditional move called bird dog, but we break it down, so it's like deconstructed bird dog. This move involves arms coming forward, right arm up, down, left arm up, down. Then I bring my right arm out to the side and forward, side and forward. Notice my sternum is facing you the whole time, right? It's facing straight ahead the whole time. I'm not going to bring my arm out to the side and twist the spine. Twisting the spine, I'm avoiding that. Here's what it looks like from behind. I'm going to bring my arm out to the side, squeeze the shoulder blade back with the rhomboids back here, the mid to low traps, all this kind of stuff as the arm comes out. If it pinches your shoulder, you might want to come lower, right? And that would be fine. Okay? So that's the arm portion of this move. Let's give the legs a tiny little break here. If you're like raring to go and you're like, no, my legs don't need a break, you can add some movement. As you reach up, you stand tall. As you touch the wall, you sink down. So I'll show you what that looks like from the side here. I think that'll be the easiest to see what I'm talking about with my legs. Sink at the knees and hips. I hold on to a wall for this move. You don't have to, but I like it. Sink down at the knees and hips. As you stand tall, your arm reaches up. As the hand touches the wall, you sink down again. Again, you cannot move the legs like this if your legs need a break. Right arm out to the side and wall. Left arm out to the side and wall. And again, here's right arm up, back to the wall. Left arm up, back to the wall. Squeeze the back muscles as the right arm comes out, back to the wall. Squeeze the arm muscles, the back muscles as the left comes out. Right is up, back to the wall. Left is up, back to the wall. Right arm to the side, back to the wall. Left arm to the side, back to the wall. I'm just going to switch walls for another view here. Right arm up, sink down to the wall. Left arm up. Try not to lock out your knees. Even if you're not moving the knees like I am right now, make sure they're not snapped straight back. Okay? Left arm out, back to the wall. Right arm up, back to the wall. Left arm up, back to the wall. This is our last two here. Right arm side, back to the wall. Left arm side, back to the wall. Okay, shake out the arms, roll the shoulders. So you might get some soreness up here or even in the back, also from this class, if it's feeling strenuous, right? Strenuous doesn't mean damaging, it just means challenging, right? All right, the lower half portion of the bird dog is we're gonna march the knees up. Okay, so right knee up, roughly 90 degrees-ish, right? You can come higher if you want to, but squeeze the core at the same time. Then the left. Then we do pendulums with the leg. So right leg abduction looks like this. Left leg abduction looks like this. Important to note, don't tip at the spine here, okay? My chair got in the way a little bit there, so I'm gonna move it. Nice tight core, vertical spine, not tipping left and right, okay? That's a different move, that does something else. So you wanna unlock the knees, right leg out, and I'm trying not to sway a whole bunch, even though I might move left and right just a little bit. The goal is not to move left and right. If you do this freestanding, right, it'll look like this. Still a great move. In fact, you'll work on balance a lot, but I don't like to work on balance as I get fatigued. If you want to, I like to at least have access to a wall. So keep your fingers close to a wall maybe, especially if you have trouble with balance. All right, I'm gonna get moving here. I'm gonna do this at this wall here first. Nice tight core, right knee up, squeeze and exhale. And down, left knee up, squeeze and exhale. So if you exhale as you squeeze those abdominals, they'll get a little bit better contraction in my experience. Right leg out to the side, left leg out to the side. Right knee up, left knee up. Right leg out to the side, left leg out to the side. Right knee up, left knee up. Right leg out to the side, left leg out to the side. Okay, just switching walls for another view. Right knee up, left knee up, exhale. Right leg out to the side. The height of the leg is not critical, but go slow. Left leg out to the side. Improves the effectiveness of the move. You don't want a lot of momentum there. Left knee up, right leg to the side, left leg to the side. One more set here. Right knee, left knee, right leg, left leg. All right, shaking it out. March the knees, maybe bring them across just to kind of get the glutes recovered there. And a combination of the two. We're not going to do the pendulum stuff and the going out to the side stuff, but we'll reach up with the arm and up with the other knee. Right arm, left knee, left arm, right knee. It's like you're climbing a ladder, okay? So if I do this facing this wall here, it'll look like this. Right hand and left knee up, and it doesn't matter to me which side you're on, right? You could be on the opposite side, doesn't bug me at all. Unlock that knee that's associated with the ground though. You don't want it snapped back like this. I'm gonna unlock that knee, give it some cushion, okay? Right arm, left knee, squeeze the core here, squeeze the abdominals, and down. Left arm, right knee, squeeze, 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 and down. I'm gonna do 12 of these on each side. Here's 2, and 2. Really good and intentional exhale. Here's 3, and 3. Here's 4 and 4. Here's 5 and 5. Here's 6 and 6. Halfway there. 7, exhale. And 7, exhale. Here's 8 and 8. Here's 9 and 9. That's 75%. And 10. 10. 11. 11. Last one's here, 12 and 12. All right, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Get a sip of water here. I'm just gonna check our time, see how much time we have left. And, oh yeah, we're doing great on time. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. Next up, this is a combination series where I do add squatting. Just gonna move my chair there over to the side. The combination, it's a wide squat, is bamboo to a side-stepping cactus pull down. Does that make sense? Here's what it looks like. So, nice wide feet. I know bamboo typically has narrow feet. Oh, excuse me. We will actually start with narrow feet because this is the side-to-side step. So, pardon me, this is a narrow stance in bamboo arms. Okay, so nice tight core, vertical spine. So we're actually doing bamboo fairly traditionally now. Step out to the right, sink down for cactus. Now you decide on the depth of your squat, right? I'm just gonna turn to the side so you can kind of see. I'm not all the way down. If you wanna come down deeper, great, right? But listen to your knees, listen to your hips. Don't do too much for yourself. If you have wide feet, here's an important note. Every time you squat, you also want those same width knees, right? You don't want wide feet and to buckle in at the knees. This is not good. This is really not good on the medial knee there. So don't buckle in. Keep them lined up with the toes, okay? When I side to side squat, I personally point my toes out just a little bit. That's comfortable on my hips, on my feet, on my knees. It just makes sense for my body, for me. If you step directly to the side and the feet are parallel, that's fine. For me, like I said, I turn my toe out just a little bit so you can see my left foot is on that mat, my right foot is back a little bit. I've hinged open instead. That is much more comfortable for me. Okay, so we'll step and squat, stand back to the center. Okay, I think we're ready to go. I'm gonna try for 6 on each side. That'll give us 12 squats total. If you want to set your goal higher or lower, that's fine with me. Deeper or shallower squats, that's fine with me, right? Make it your own. It is your class. Here we go. Nice tight core, vertical spine, stepping to the side, squat down, cactus pull down. Come back up, bamboo arms. Step to the side, cactus pull down. Back up to bamboo. Here's number 2. Make sure we're breathing. And number 2. Trying to keep the nice vertical spine as you pull down. Number 3. And number 3. So I'm going to shuffle back to the center like this, multiple steps. You're welcome to do that. Or one fell swoop is fine as well. Here's number 4. Here's what it looks like, stepping to the center. That's fine as well. Whatever helps with your balance. And 4. 5 on each side, coming up here. And 5. Depth is entirely up to you. Here's number 6, last one, make it count. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And number 6. All right, Let the arms swing down, roll the shoulders, both directions. All right, give it a brief break. And I'm going to do one more very similar squat series here, where we don't step. We're not stepping side to side. We just kind of keep the feet wide and stationary before we get to a warrior series. If you're familiar with their classes, the warrior series is where we do like a flow of things, right? So we do multiple standing warrior moves. Okay, so here we are. Very similar to what we just did, but like I messed up last time, we actually do want to start with wide feet here. Unlock the knees, bamboo arms. So this looks like a half cactus, half bamboo, right? It's a hybrid shrub, I guess. You pull down on one side as you squat, come back up, and then you pull down on the other side as you squat. You can stop at 90 degrees if you feel like it, elbow, shoulder, whatever. Open palm if you want to be more traditional with this. Or you can pull the elbow down to the side and really get a lot of lat pull down activation. If you're, let me turn to the side here. If you're squatting lower, just make sure you're not rounding the back here, okay? You want to keep your shoulders back, chest up as you squat. All right. I think I'm good. I'm going to aim for one more on each side. We did 6 of the stepping side to side ones. I'm going to try for 7. Why not? Why not? Just for fun. 7 feels like a lucky number today, I think. All right. Coming on up. Nice tight core, vertical spine, tuck the tail a little bit, and sink down, one side, pull down. Come back up, other side, pulling down. Come back up. Here's number 2. And number 2. I'm going to turn just a little bit. You don't have to, it's just for another view. Here's number 3. Eyes straight forward, number 3. Number 4. Number 4. Number 5. Number 5. 2 more on each side. Number 6. Number 6, and your goals don't have to be the same as mine, right? Last one, number 7. Number 7. And bring the arms down. Let them swing. Roll the shoulders both directions. I'm going to get a sip of water here. Take a break. Make sure the neck is moving okay. Shrug the shoulders. All right. And my heart rate's up a little bit. I like that. That's good. All right. Or at least it feels stronger. I don't know if it's faster, but it feels stronger. Shaking out the arms and shaking out the legs. All right, here's a warrior series. Again, with some leg emphasis. I do some lunges, and they are optional, so I'll kind of show you some alternatives here. But it'll start with one move, and then we'll grow to about 4 arm posture moves or so. So here we are. Facing a chair. You don't have to use a mat at all for any of my classes, really. But my feet will stay forward for this whole series. I'm not going to turn my back toe out for this particular one. My toes stay forward. What I mean by that is I'm not going to do warrior 2, essentially. Okay, here we are. Toes stay forward, facing the short edge of a mat. I am holding a chair in front of me, and that's on purpose. You might even want to turn it around. And if you had the access to a nice clear wall or some kind of table, that might even be more preferential once you see the squatting, or sorry, the lunging moves. But anyway, here they are. Low mountain, unlock the knees. I'm going to step back, and you want to come pretty close to whatever you're reaching for. Step back with my right foot. Okay. Now I'm in this lunged posture. Pull the shoulder blades back. If you want to burn more fuel, you want to squeeze those muscles more and more and more. Pull them down, don't shrug them up. Pull them down, don't shrug them up. Okay, my arms are still in low mountain, so they're wide and out from my body, right? Now, using the leg muscles, okay? For the folks who are not gonna do this little dip down lunge thing, you just wanna draw the feet apart and really push that front foot forward, really pull that back foot back. This is hard to do on a slick surface in socks. I've noticed that. If you're in socks and you have hardwood floors, it's very slippery, okay? You might take the socks off and go barefoot or use shoes like I'm doing today. But I got a lot of grip in my shoes, so I'm squeezing my glutes in the back and drawing my front foot forward, really using my legs here. Squeeze the core as well to get the most out of it. Now, if you are gonna do this lunge thing, couple of options. You can just bring the knee down and then come back up. You could hold onto a chair. That would be absolutely fine. So you just basically did a step back lunge. You're essentially doing a reverse lunge, okay? Step forward. So I'm gonna show you all three options on the other side, and then we'll kind of get moving with it. Low mountain, left foot steps back. Here's option number one. You're just holding here, drawing the feet apart, right? You just pause. Option number two, maybe you're coming down with your knee and back up. Option number three, you hold onto the chair and come down and up. Or if it's not a chair, that's fine. I actually prefer a wall, so it would be like that, okay? So you decide what works for you. This is great for the quadriceps. You don't have to go all the way to the ground. In fact, I prefer not to because the ground has impact, right? And there's only so many times, right? Wear and tear builds up. So I want to avoid as much impact as I can. Now, if it barely touches and taps and just squishes into something soft, I'm not worried about it. But you can do a very partial lunge here like this. Look, it can be very small. Okay? All right. You know move number one. Let's repeat it here. Right foot back. Draw the feet apart. Sink down if you're going to. Come up and step forward. Left foot back. Sink down if you're going to. Come up and step forward. One more on each side. Right foot back. Down and up. This one might challenge your balance as well. Back, down, and up. Okay, adding a move here. I'm going to step back with the right, down and up. Then I'm going to bring my arms forward and up. Nice tight core. This posture is now warrior one with a modification. My heel is up in the back and I'm okay with that, right? Warrior one traditionally in a textbook, whatever, might have the foot flat on the ground. I'm not worried about that. I'm ready for another lunge here. So my heel's up, I come down and up and step forward. Same modifications are available. You can hold onto the chair instead of reaching up. You can just hold in warrior one and squeeze the legs apart. So you're doing more of an isometric workout. Here we are on the left. Left foot steps back, down and up. Then the arms come forward and up, down and up. Step forward. Okay, I'm going to add one more arm move. Right foot back, down and up. Swing the arms forward and high, down and up. Number three here is T-shaped arms, okay? I have to scoot closer to you because my wall got in the way there a little bit. T-shaped arms, it looks like this, but turn toward that front foot, right? Down and up. Step forward into low mountain. So we've got three lunges here now. Left foot back, down and up. Arms come up into warrior one, down and up. T-shaped arms, down and up. Step forward into low mountain. Shake it out if you need to. All right, one more time on those same three moves. And we're only gonna add one more after that. Right foot back. Down, slow and steady, up. Arms come up into warrior one, nice tight core, down and up. T-shaped arms, nice tight core, down and up. Step forward into low mountain. Left foot back. And some people are not going down and up, and that's okay, right? You're just drawing the feet apart. Warrior one, bamboo arms, down and up. T-shaped arms, pulling the shoulder blades back and down. Step forward into low mountain, shake out the legs. Our final addition, same theme, right? Low mountain, warrior one, T-shaped arms. Our final arm posture here will be palms together with another lunge. Okay, so that's our spoiler. I'm gonna angle this just slightly for another view. And I'm gonna go slow actually, very specifically because as we get fatigued, our form gets a little bit wobbly, right? And we wanna be safe. We wanna work hard, but we wanna be safe. Here we are, low mountain. If you're getting fatigued, that's great. That's the goal. Right foot back. Can't get stronger if you don't challenge it, right? Down and up. There is such thing as too much challenge though, right? Fight through fatigue, but don't push through pain. Down and up. I'm wobbly. T-shaped arms. Down and up. Palms come together. Here's our fourth arm posture. Down and up. Step forward into low mountain. Left foot back. Down and up. Warrior one. Down and up. T-shaped arms. Down and up. Palms come together. Down and up. Step forward into low mountain. All right, I'm going to do that one last time here. And I'm actually going to do this one facing the wall. Just check our time. Doing all right. I'm going to do this last round here facing the wall to see what that feels like, honestly, because I want to have my hands on the wall and see what that's like for the modifications. So I want to have my hands close enough to where I can reach. Low mountain. I'm still going to start with my right foot back. Okay, so you could hold on to the wall if you feel like it. Down and up. Come forward and up with the arms. You could hold on to the wall with one hand if you wanted. Down and up. T-shaped arms. Again, you could still hold on with one hand if you wanted. Down and up. Prayer palms. You could still hold on with one arm. Down and up. Step forward into low mountain. Left foot back. Down and up. Warrior one. Down and up. T-shaped arms. Down and up. Prayer palms, you might be holding onto the wall with one hand. Down and up. Step forward. Shake out the arms. Shake out the legs. You guys did it. That is our yoga for strength, burning calories, weight management, all that sort of stuff happens with strength as well. All right, strength builds muscle. Muscle is your engine for burning calories, right? So if you've got a better engine for burning fuel, you burn more fuel tomorrow and the next day and the next day as you use those muscles. All right, I'm going to do our cool down here. Our recovery stretch for this class is a combination move, right? It's about 4 different moves. And I do this facing a chair. You can do it with a stool as well. Just make sure it's sturdy, right? And nice wide feet. We start with a swan dive. With a lot of the moves we just did, the warrior and squatting and stuff, often our low back gets kind of bound up, so we want to release some of that. Palms together, split at the top, sink at the knees and hips. You want to keep a vertical spine until you can touch whatever surface you're reaching for. I used to do this at the floor, and I was finding that I was cheating. I was tipping forward like this. So down, 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 great, great, great. And then suddenly, right, that's a fail. I'm bending forward, and we don't want to do that with this move. That's doing the opposite of releasing tension in the low back. That's building tension in the low back. So we want to come down with a vertical spine until you can support your weight into something. Then we push the bottom up, and we get some stretch here on the hamstrings, okay? The backs of the legs. You can stay there much longer if you like. Tuck the tail and tuck the chin. So you want to tuck the chin so that when you come up, it's the last thing up, right? You're working your way up your vertebrae, sacrum, low spine, mid spine, upper spine, and neck. Working our way up, slow and steady. Okay, so palms together, split, sink down. Legs might be wobbly, I don't know. Push the bottom up, tuck the tail, and you can stay here a while if you want. You can stay in any one of these particular like points longer. If you feel like, oh yeah, that's a nice stretch here on my mid to upper back, then I'm gonna stay there. And then I'm gonna roll up. Make sure you tuck the chin so that it's the last thing that comes up. I'll do 2 more here. Here's one. Here's what it looks like if I just flow through it. Bottom, low, mid, upper back. And last one here. Hamstring stretch, tuck the tail, tuck the chin, rolling up with each vertebrae. All right, friends, don't forget to subscribe to see when I post new videos on this channel. And some of you I will see in my live classes, and some of you I will see right here. So until next time, bye-bye.